Hey friends, for this project I bought a long cutting board from Walmart in their craft section, and before the video I painted it both sides and front and back in a linen color by Folk Art paint and let that dry. And now I'm just taking a little bit of Folk Art Adirondack white, and I'm just getting the tiniest little bit on my foam brush, and then I dab it on my paper towel. And then I'm just getting a few little, kind of dry brushing it on in a few sparse spots on the board. And now I'm just going to dry that little bit real well, and it doesn't take long because it's just really light on there. And then I will sand it. I'll give it a smooth sanding, make it all smooth, and make some of those spots so they're not as stark. Then I'll take a paper towel and just wipe it off smooth and clean. Now I'm taking some masking tape and making a couple straight lines. I'm going to paint some black sections on here. So I needed a small piece just for a spacer. So I'm going to have one line as wide as the tape is, and then another thin line above that. So I'm just eyeballing it and trying to get it straight. Then I'm just going to use some black Folk Art paint, or maybe that's Apple Barrel, excuse me, and just paint those two sections. Just using a little foam dabber that I got at the Dollar Tree. And I should have done it all at once because I'm doing the same exact thing at the top, only in reverse order. So I'm just going to use that one as a spacer again and get my wide section and then my thin little line section. Again, I'm just eyeballing it and trying to get it the same size as the one above. Paint that real quick, and then I'll use my heating tool and dry those little sections. And it doesn't take too long because it's just one quick coat. Just want to make sure that's completely dry or almost completely dry before I pull off that tape. And I really like the look that these little lines give the cutting board. Just pull off the tape and throw those pieces away. And there was a little tiny spot on that bottom that did bleed underneath the tape, but I just turned it around and just kind of sand it off, and that was a quick and easy fix. Now I'm using these rub-ons that I got on Amazon. They're just a pack that had all kinds of chickens and eggs and barns and roosters. And I'm cutting out this single rooster. I have a lot of roosters in my kitchen still, so this will be perfect. So I'm just taking off the backing now. Then I'll just kind of eyeball it and trying to get it in the center of that section. And these are a really sticky set, but they work great. They're just extra sticky. I'm using my little scraper tool that I got at the dollar store and just kind of pressing all over that image, the rooster, getting every little spot. And you can see as I'm pulling it up that it's really stuck on there pretty good, but it's working fine, and it does leave the image still down there, so it's all good. Just getting that last little bit and then pull it up. And he's on there pretty good. So far, so good. Now I'm using my Kills dark sealing wax and a little foam dauber. And I'm just going to go all the way around the edge. And if you don't like this look, because some people don't, just don't do it. It looks nice with a smooth, clean, painted edge as well. But I'm always going for the grungy, weathered, vintage look. I'm always roughing up the edges and distressing them. I'm just using my finger to I blend it in. I'll put a little bit on with the dauber and then blend and keep doing it till it's to my liking. Now I'm going around the image itself, just kind of giving it some depth and definition. Also, some of those white spots, it makes it so they're not quite as stark and bright. But I really like the look it's given. I just kind of blend it all the way around. And again, you certainly don't need to do this if you don't want to. But they have all kinds of rub-on transfers on Amazon that you can get. How's it looking so far? I like it a lot. Now I'm going to use my twine, my thicker twine. I'm just going to glue it at the top neck of that board in the back and just go around and around probably 6, 7, 8 times. And right here I was struggling a little bit because I wanted to make sure it was going straight across, so I needed to get a good dab of glue to hold it in place. Then I just go around a few times and then put another dot of glue. And then again at the end to hold it all in place. Just cutting it off and going to glue that last little end in place there. Now I'm going to make my bow, and I'm using my little bow dabra. I got this on Amazon as well, and I've got the mini one, and it just works great for my needs. And I have some strips of fabric that I tore off. I've got some red and ticking and some black ticking, and then just some cream cottony fabric. And before I went on camera, I actually used the Kiehl's wax and went on them and kind of dirtied them up. I like that grungy look, so just going back and forth. And I believe I used 2 of the red, 2 of the black, and then 1 of the cream. Just keep going back and forth, and then I push it down. Bring those strings of the twine up and tie it in the middle, tie it in a knot, and then tie a bow and leave it there. And then I'm just going to fluff it up and tie the long tails, or cut the long tails off and just fluff it. Then I'll just glue it onto that twine that's on my board at the top. Just hold that in place for a moment while it sticks and dries. Just grabbing my buttons, and I came upon a vintage little round button that I'm going to use. But first I have this little tag that I made on the computer, and it says Rooster Whisperer. So I'm using that same dauber with the Kiehl's wax on it, and just going all the way around the edges. Punching a little hole in it. And tying some twine on it. And then before I put it on, I decided I needed some beads on a twine hanging down from my bow. So off camera I went and got some beads, and I've got some square ones and some round ones. So first I'm tying another little bow with long tails, and I'm going to glue that on the other bow. Then each tail I'm putting a wood one, a square, and then a round, and then a square. And then I'm tying it off, and it's pretty thin twine, so I needed to tie 3 knots right on top of each other to make that knot really big so it wouldn't go up through my hole of the bead. In fact, I even put a dab of glue on it just to reinforce it and make sure it's not going anywhere. And I'll do the same thing on the other string. The square, the round, then the square. And I wanted them not to hang evenly. I wanted this one to hang a little bit lower. Doing the same thing with the 3 knots right together. And I'll add a dab glue on that one as well. Now I'm going to put my tag on top of the bow. Just kind of hanging at a diagonal. And then I'll put my button right on top of that. Then I'm doing a little bit more trimming. One of those curled up a lot. So I'm just trimming it up, the long ones, and making it look just right. And then I decided I wanted those ends of the twine to be frayed. So I'm unwinding the strands and just kind of making them frayed out a little bit. How does that look? I love it. Then lastly, I just decided it needed a little bit more of the dark sealing wax. So I'm going around in some various places and using my finger to kind of buff it out. And that's it for this project. I'm really happy with it. I hope it inspires you to make something similar. And please like and follow and subscribe. And I appreciate you watching. Thank you.